Hi, everyone, and welcome to CTN Sports Game of the Week. We got a hot one, Kevin. We got the visiting Pioneers coming in to the greenhouse to play the Huron River Rats. What are we looking at tonight?
Pete, this is going to be fire. The teams are about to take the court right now. You hear the music coming in. And for this top-ranked River Rat squad, they're deep, they're long, and they have the greenhouse rocking. For the Pioneers, they're going to have to come in here and try to shut this down. But I tell you, it's going to be a tall task tonight.
Well, and you can already hear it. We can barely hear ourselves. We got a great game coming up for you. We're right after this on CTN Sports. And welcome to CTN Sports Game of the Week. I'm Pete Porter along with Kevin Bryant. We got boys basketball on tap right here. Should be a good matchup. The visiting Pioneers against the unbeaten Huron River Rats on their home floor. Kevin, this should be a great game.
I tell you what, I mean, Pioneer comes in here on a 3-game winning streak. They're playing their best basketball of the season for Coach Rich Marion, but they got a daunting task to come up against the top team in the state, #1 team in the SEC, as well as their crosstown rival, the Huron River Rats. The length on this River Rat team is amazing. They have every starter out on the court, over 6'3". Devin Womack, we saw him start as a freshman to lead this Huron team. But I tell you what, man, even after they get through this first 5, they got a good bench too for Coach Samaha.
Absolutely. We're about ready to tip it off here.
Rashid Sampson for the Pioneers.
Oh, Pioneer will control it. They'll move it around the perimeter, try and get an opening for the first shot of the game.
And that strong man-to-man defense. You probably will see a little bit of zone out of Huron, but they love doing this. Straight up man.
Robinson. That's back to Sampson. And Rashid Sampson gets the jumper to go for the first bucket of the game.
That's surprising to see somebody that long to step out away from the basket with a soft touch like that. Oh, Julian there, and there, look, Womack uses the screen, but look at this Pioneer defense. Hedge and recover, hedge and recover.
And Julian Lewis for 3. As he throws 3 fingers in the air towards the student section for Huron. Oh, and Huron takes the lead, 3-2.
That's a great sign to see for Coach Samaha that Lewis comes out. He struggled last time when against the Eagles in our game of the week.
And Kobe Moore with the drive and the hoop off the glass for Pioneer.
Well, there's a name. We got to say it. You know, so bad is that we've heard the passing of Kobe Bryant, and Kobe right there for the Pioneers. Kobe Moore on the first bucket. Good defense there from East Hope getting back in the passing lane.
That's a great effort by Connor East Hope. He misses the reverse layup on one end of the floor, and he's trailing from behind. He picks up and knocks the ball away to prevent Huron from an easy scoring opportunity.
Yeah, you see him right here. Look at this motor.
Watch him trail and catch up and knock it away.
Don't give up on the play, and that's a good job from Pioneer East Hope. We've seen him on the football field, of course, as the quarterback. Actually, Pete, we have both starting quarterbacks out here. Edmondson, the starting quarterback for the River Rats, and East Hope. He's one of the top quarterbacks in the state coming back next year.
Pioneer with 3 from down deep. That's off the back of the rim, no good. Out of bounds.
East Hope trying to argue his case that ball was off of Davis. I'm sorry, Robinson. We get these mics mixed up. They're so big, they look similar. With Edmondson, you got to guard him all the way out to the foul line. He's so long. Look at that.
Look at that shot.
Oh,
kind of
soft.
a fall-away jumper for Tyson Edmondson. Nothing but net.
He's going to his left. He should not be able to make that shot so simple.
Now here come the River Rats once again down the floor. Trying to get into the corner to Robinson, but cut off by Rentergem.
Van Rentergram again. These Pioneers are hustling back on defense. But check out this shot by Edmondson. He's just so poised when he's shooting the ball. It doesn't look like he's ever under any kind of pressure out there.
Well, he looked out of control, but the shot was smooth and silky right into the hoop.
They're going to call a moving screen on Perkins. It looks like they're trying to get Edmondson open, and that's one of the things that the Pioneers are definitely going to have to do, fight over those screens, because with these spot-up shooters from Huron, they can shoot you out of the gym in a nanosecond.
Huron got it down low, off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Perkins, Kingsley Perkins. Perkins with it off the rim, no good. Put back by Robinson is no good. River Rats really clashing.
Did you see Robinson just tap it to himself as he's in the air?
Long 3 on the way, off the rim, no good.
The Huron length is showing up.
Another shot from 3.
Look at that length.
Another offensive rebound, put back, no good. And finally, Van Rentergem.
Are they playing volleyball out there? I mean, back and forth, back and forth. Eventually,
well, they're tall enough to play volleyball, that's for sure.
Eventually, those shots are going to start falling, right?
Have to. They're too close to the bucket.
Well, right now, it's been an issue for the Pioneers. They're definitely height deficient against this long Huron team. Who isn't really if you're not a college squad? You're going to have, you got your point guard at 6'4". You got your second, I mean, your 2 guard at 6'5".
East Hope shot is blocked.
East Hope's going to have to get some space before he shoots that shot.
Now Robinson with a drop set, but it's stolen away from him. And back come the Pioneers.
Well, it's close to a travel.
Kick it out. And off the back of the rim, no good. Now Pioneer with the offensive board.
Their offense just doesn't look like it's in a flow right now for Pioneer. You got some rush shots and no real good possessions. Oh,
You're doing a great job clogging the lane, and there is the jam by Mike Robinson. And that brings this crowd to life. If they weren't jacked up before, they are now.
Good head, shoulders,
surrounded by 3 players and puts it in off the glass.
Well, that was a heady play. He knows that these trees want to knock that ball backwards. Come on,
Robinson for 3, nothing but net.
What you doing, man? You can't just be hanging out on the rim.
You were saying something about flow?
Yeah, well, that flow just turned up a notch, boy. Mike Robinson showing it from inside and out.
3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. We have a whistle. Stoppage of play.
Huron's getting themselves in some foul trouble right now. That's too many to start off this game. And man, look at the body on Rawls coming in. This kid right here, number 23 for Huron, he's the linebacker on their defense, but Brandon Rawls he's thick. Between him and Easthope, that's a good matchup down low.
Well, Pioneer will keep possession after the whistle. Van Rentgren with the jumper, and he hits the shot.
We've seen
see
Mark
that little
Van
hush the crowd
Rentgren.
signal from Van Rentgren?
Yeah, well, we've seen him for a while. He turns right to the crowd. And yeah, if you're Coach Marion, though, you want him focusing on this squad in front of you and less on the crowd.
Robinson with the jumper, that's wild, misses.
Easthope is playing
with
good
the rebound.
defense. Good defense.
And there's a turnover. Huron's got it down the floor.
Uh-oh.
And off the backboard and in for Julian Lewis. Lewis could have easily jammed that.
Yeah, it looked like he was still trying to get his handles on the ball before. Make the bucket first, get the highlight next.
That was a long shot missed by Pioneer. Huron back down the floor.
It's almost like pick your poison, really, Pete.
Shot by Brandon Rawls is in and out, no good, but he will draw the foul and head to the line.
Oh, you're right. Lewis could have went up and easily put that one down. He's their top defender. Lewis is 6'7", getting recruited by any Division I college in the area. Everybody wants the kid. He has range, but his best. You know, we've had his brothers out here, right? We have Mike Lewis, we had Avery Lewis, and now we have Julian. Julian's, when he's playing against his older brothers, he still wants to shut them down. I think if he really felt really good about himself, he'd try to probably go after Papa, but I think Papa Mike Lewis might put him back down on his backside.
Oh, Perkins splits the pair. 13-9 lead for Huron. There's a block. Robinson again down the floor.
There's that limp showing its face again. Mike Robinson, he's had several blocks, deflections. He just puts his hands out there, and he's such a fast leaper, Pete. You know, he gets up off the ground, and it's effortless. Doesn't have a lot of, you know, meat on those legs, but he's definitely got some go-go juice in him because he gets up fast.
Now inbound to Julian Lewis. Over to Womack.
And Renegren's got his hands
He'll
all
drive
over
it, shoot
Womack.
it. Off the glass, no good, but wide open is Rawls there to clean it up and put it away for the River Rats.
That's one thing I've noticed so far, Pete, is the Pioneers are not going after the glass. When those balls go up, Huron is owning the second chance opportunities.
Bounce pass. Tried to get it into Sampson, but he was defended and turned it over here on basketball.
Well, and this is not fair. You have Perkins, 6'7" junior. You sub him out for a 6'7" senior. I mean, Coach Samaha just has his pick of the litter on the bench of about what size, what talent I want to put out against you.
Well, there's Rawls again, gets the pass and turns and hits the short jumper. And Huron takes a 17-9 lead with under 40 seconds to go here in quarter number one.
And karma for the Pioneers is a senior. He just looked lost on that play. You got to wake up out here on the court.
Under 30 seconds now. And Rentgren picks up his dribble, hands it off. And we have a whistle. And a tie-up. Possession arrow favoring the Pioneers.
And another quick leaper right there. You see the ball go right into Rawls into the paint, and he catches it, and he's up on his feet before the defender even know what happened.
Right. Had himself in great position.
He's using his big old body, creating space.
Oh, 10 seconds to play in quarter number one. Womack
What a
with
drop.
the drive. Picked up, there's a block, another block.
That'll
a
count.
wild shot
That'll
at
count.
the end of the quarter is no good. Wild first half, or first quarter rather, dominated by the Huron River Rats. They lead it 17-9 as we head to the second quarter after this quick break on CTN Sports Game of the Week.
Well, you should do laundry every day. You should do it. I don't want to spell that.
That's way too much. Every day? How much laundry do you think I go through in a
Well,
single
at least wear
day?
clean
You
clean
should do laundry every day.
I got plenty
You
of
got
clothes to wear.
laundry
New
laying around
outfits
everywhere.
every day of my life.
Well, I'm sick of smelling you,
not a
dude.
sweater.
You
I'm
stink,
not a
dude.
sweater.
I shouldn't
Just wash
smell
your
you
clothes,
at all.
man.
There's so many smells.
Then check and mate.
Yeah. And they have mismatch day. They had it like it's coming up or it just passed. And I thought to myself, isn't that every day for this age? I think she's mismatch day every day.
Pretty amazed by some of the clothes I put the baby in that I think are going to be cute, and then I'm like, what was I thinking? Catch up on FYI and other CTN programs at a2gov.org/watchctn.
And we're back at the open of quarter number 2. Huron led it 17-9 at the end of 1. High energy game, back and forth as we were expecting, right, Kevin?
Yeah, we're expecting a little bit more actually on the defensive side. That's where the Pioneers have to turn it up, Pete. They're allowing too many extra buckets and too many turnovers for easy buckets for the River Rats. Oh, he's picked up his dribble. You got to trap him.
Well, then Rentergrim had to get rid of it. Now he's got it back. Puts it on the floor. Oh, a drive.
That's got to be a travel, right?
Kobe Moore shuffled his feet.
Well, it's got to be frustrating, right? You get beyond one of your defenders, you beat him, right? And then you got these trees down here hanging around trying to swat your ball back down over Geddes.
Oh, Huron, nice scoop and score. Mike Davis.
Most teams, Mike Davis would be the starter and a focal point. He's your sixth man on this squad. I think I was open on that. You see that hand? I was open. I was trying to catch it, and I wanted to join the squad.
There's a turnover.
Look at Davis coming in, showing a little dipsy-do, finishing with the left. Right now you can see that there's not a lot of good energy going on over here on this sideline right there. And it has to start with the defensive side, Pete. Has to really begin there, because until you stop this Huron onslaught, you're not going to be able to get back into this game if you're the Pioneers. And slowly but surely, the game is getting away from them.
A little bit. 10-point lead for Huron. Check us out on our social media, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. You can watch these games in stunning high definition.
It's almost
Make
a bigger.
sure you subscribe.
Well, Pete, right now it's a bigger fight between the crowds. You can see the Huron sideline over there. They're telling go to the scoreboard. Pioneer side, I'm not sure what theme night it is, but they're just kind of quiet.
Drive down the lane, off the rim, no good. Nice block there, but Huron will control it. Jumper on the way, and that is good.
Just thinking to myself, where's Devin Womack been? And he shows up. I mean,
he's such a good ball player, but he seems to get a little lost in the shuffle with all this talent.
He's so steady. He's something that you can count on every single game. He doesn't make big mistakes out there. He's the leader. This one won't be good.
Julian Lewis with the sort of dunk.
You see the sly smile out of Julian. He knew that one's supposed to be a little bit more clean, and I'm sure he'll hear about it a little bit later on.
It still counts as 2 points.
That woke up the crowd again. Let's see, great outlet and better finish.
Let's see the smile here.
Yeah,
there it is.
I kind of got away with that one.
Yeah. He's lucky that went down.
Oh, yeah. If it didn't, he was going to get an earful from the sideline, his own bench.
And next practice, maybe a few gassers.
What's going on with that Huron bench, too? Look at all of them dappered up on the sideline. Coach Samaha made all the guys bring out their Sunday best.
Pioneer, jumper, off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Huron, back they come. The Huron buzzsaw.
Goaltending. That was goaltending. That ball, if we go back to it, the ball hit the backboard and you saw somebody's hand go up on the rim. That's goaltending all day long. Number one, Sampson put his hand as the ball was on the rim. And we've always invited the officials to come over and take a look at our cameramen's work and see how we captured that. It's an open invitation, Pete.
They never take us up on it, though.
Nah, they don't, but they're stubborn. They're coming around. He almost teed you up, though. One of the officials did. Yeah, I don't know what you said to him.
I think that was meant for you.
Maybe.
Oh, 24-9 is the lead for Huron. 5:10 to go here until the halftime. And then Grenford trying to drive, but there's just too many players in the way. The long three by Easthope is off the mark. Van Ridgrim will dig away the offensive rebound. His shot's no good. Easthope with another offensive board. The shot's just not falling for the Pioneers right now.
And a little lackadaisical play off of the Huron side as well, too. 2 rebounds that should have been corralled by the Rats. And just effort on that side by the Pioneers. Got those balls, and you can see how Davis rolled them out into the baseline area there. You see Coach Samaha there at the bottom of our screen, coaching.
Timeout on the floor.
Pete, what do you do as as you're over there with Rich Merring in the huddle? I know it's tough right now for them to find some sort of offensive play. Can you think of something in your repertoire of coaching that he can pull out? Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, going back to the Huron huddle, how passionate Waleed Samaha was with his team going into a timeout, and they're up 15 points. And he's still just really passionately coaching these kids.
Yeah, well,
that's impressive.
Well, he's the dean of coaches. You know, he's surpassed all the coaches here at Huron. He's the leader of the school. A lot of people look up to him. The man has a resume that any coach would like to have. He's not just coaching for this game, though. He's coaching for these boys a long way into the postseason. I'm not going to say Breslin.
On Rasheed Sampson finally gets a jumper to drop for Pioneer. They notch their 10th and 11 points here of the game.
Smart play there by Edmondson.
Oh, Lewis with the long three, off the rim, no good. Offensive
good
board
defense by Sampson.
By Perkins, and Sampson there to block it out of bounds. It'll stay here on ball.
Meet him at the top, right? And that was a great job by Sampson. Timed it well and did a good job of, it's difficult to block Perkins without getting a little of his body. Perkins even tried to create space.
Yeah, you can kind of see a little bit of a shove there. Back out top.
Better defense right now by the Pioneers. That's a push.
Well, Sampson will pick up the foul.
Yeah, he's got to use his head there. Sampson is one of the bigs for Pioneer. He's got to cut that baseline off and turn Perkins back to the help inside the middle. You can see he's handsy the entire way. You can't do that. It's not on this level that you can put that hard hand check and place your second hand on the offensive player.
Oh,
5-second call.
5-second call.
You know, a lot of times, Coach Samaha will have Edmondson throw the ball in. You know why? Quarterbacks, they're always thinking. Quarterback has got that clock running in his head, and I bet the next time that ball comes as an inbound pass, we're going to see a different person triggering.
See if Pioneer can take advantage of the turnover. Trying to get it into Sampson, but Huron shutting that off.
Well, you see Perkins, he's smart. He's playing strong defense, hedge, and getting in front of Sampson.
Oh, back out to Van Rentergem.
Good move.
His jumper is good. Kind of let the defense fly by him.
Oh, that's
waiting for them to pass and then put up the jumper.
That's that old YMC move. YMCA, you played there before. Ah, I got you that head and shoulders fake. Gotcha.
Back the other way. Huron scores the bucket. Huron leads it by 13, 26-13, just under 3 minutes to play until the half.
Rats are learning that Van Rentergem is going to give you that head and shoulder fake.
Nice pass into the paint, and Sampson with the turnaround hook, and he'll hit it.
Very good patience there by Sampson. Gathered himself and came back with the hook shot. You can tell that wasn't his first hook shot. Uh-oh.
Julian Lewis hits it to Mike Robinson for three, and nothing but net.
You cannot help if you're playing defense out here. You got to stick with your man.
Now Pioneer back down the floor, can't get that bucket to roll into the hoop. Huron back the other way quickly. Robinson.
Man, Easthope, what hops. He got up and tapped that one. Coming right at you, Pete. Easthope was trying to get some more.
Was not high enough for me to get that one.
Well, I think Connor was trying to get you in the picture. He was like, I think Pete needs to get on camera.
He needs a catch.
Yeah, you can see.
We need to get him into the game, Coach. Give him a catch.
Well,
set up a play for him.
Yeah, he's just being friendly with the ball, right? He saw you were open.
He's thinking like a quarterback.
Always.
Got to share the ball around.
He was out of control the entire
Knocked
way.
Away by Lewis.
Oh, my. What
Tried
a
to get it
dime.
to Lewis. Looked like they were trying to get an alley-oop going there, but the timing just was not right.
Yeah, we got to take a quick look at that one again because Lewis, it was just off of the fingertips there. But you see where Womack put that dime? Look at where he puts it because this is where a guy does. And that's just too much. I would rather them allow that to just continue to play. Didn't look like Lewis caused anything with the offensive player there.
.90 seconds to go until halftime. It was a drive, scoop, wild miss.
Yeah, Lee was, wow, you never want to pass it back right there, Perkins, almost a backcourt.
Drive down
that was a strong drive, strong.
By Womack. He will not get the shot to fall, but he will draw the foul.
Look at this. Right, and it's still been, Lewis kind of was gliding and trying to just track it into off of the backboard.
Right. Just the timing just not right on that on that play.
Caught him like in between steps. He was trying to gather himself to go up and flush it.
They need to back up about 8 feet.
I don't know about 8. The way these kids jump, they jump like you did back in the day, man.
Right.
It's just a strong drive
I could
there.
leap over a tall piece of paper.
2 bounds.
Free throw is good. Huron up 15. approaching 1 minute to play. Van Rendringen with the drive, turn around, now he'll kick it out for 3. Off the rim, no good.
No, Tyson.
3.
Wow.
By Tyson Edmondson is no good. Now Robinson with it. It's stripped away from him. He gets it back. He can't get it put in. Another offensive rebound by Julian Lewis, and he can't get it to go. But finally, we have a whistle and a foul on the play.
Is this really allowed in high school basketball to have this much athletic ability? I mean, these guys are just tossing the ball up to the rim, and they're just going up and getting it. It's got to be fun to be that tall and lanky to play.
I think they're a little frustrated right now because their shots are not falling.
Well, you know, another person who's frustrated, Coach Samaha. You see him right now standing up, coaching. I mean, his squad has basically doubled up Pioneer. He's not satisfied yet. I'm not sure if I want my players walking the ball up while I'm down 16. You want
30 seconds to play.
I understand that, but again, Pete, you got to get as many possessions as you can. And right now it seems like the Pioneers are playing right into the Rats, wheelhouse.
Well, and as you said that, Pioneer just had an unforced error, turned it over.
You got to keep that flow going. And I like the way the tempo that East Hope is playing with. I don't like this type of tempo. It allows that defense to just sit down and get ready to slow you up. And that's another 5-second call. Quick one, though.
Now Huron can afford to take their time, up 16 points.
Gonna get a 3-second call on Lewis. Probably going to get a driving kick. I would be watching for Van Rendingen.
5
There's
seconds
a drive.
down low to East Hope, and he hits the layup. And that's going to do it for the first half of play. Nice way to end on a high note for Pioneer getting that bucket. They're still down 14, but they got a little
it always
positive
feels
energy
good to
going
have that
into the
last
half.
bucket. It really does.
As we head to the half, it's Huron 31 and Pioneer 17. We'll be back with second half action right here on CTN Sports Game of the Week.
I just wish there was some place I could watch my favorite local TV shows.
Whoa! Cool, where am I?
You are in a computer terminal.
Who said that?
I am the god of computers. I heard your wish and granted you access to my terminal.
Really? I've always wanted to be inside one of these things. So what's next?
Visit CTN's and the City of Ann Arbor's streaming and video on demand 82gov.org/watchCTN.
What do I do there?
Here you can watch city meetings, community produced programs, school board and education programming, and a whole lot more.
Yes! This is great!
The live streams include CTN's 4 channels: government, public, educational, and community. Just click the sidebar for the channel you prefer and click play.
I can watch 4 channels. Cool.
For video on demand, go to youtube.com/CTN Ann Arbor to find your favorite show. Scroll through the mini playlists or simply use the search bar to type in the name of the program.
I wish I knew about this earlier.
Visit 82gov.org/watchCTN for CTN live streams and video on demand.
That's great. Now I can go tell my friends once I leave.
Goodbye.
Hello?
What is the 2020 census? Every 10 years, the census records everyone living in this country. It's written in the Constitution and comes in a questionnaire that counts everyone who lives at your address on April 1st. The data can be used to inform funding for services like fire stations, schools, clinics, and representation that affect your community.
How will 2020 census data be used? Where there are more people, there are more needs for public services. That's why the census is used by the government to inform funding decisions each year. But that's not all. It's also used by nonprofits to inform services, by businesses to create jobs, and even by students for school projects. Understanding how the population changes helps us shape communities across the country for the better.
How does the 2020 census affect representation? There are 435 seats in the House of Representatives. These get distributed to the 50 states by population, and an accurate census response helps your state get the right amount of seats. States with smaller populations get at least one, while states with larger populations might get more.
How do I take the 2020 census? In March 2020, every address in the country will receive an invitation to complete a simple questionnaire. And there are 3 ways to respond. Number 1, do it online. Number 2, call by phone. Number 3, send it by mail. For those who don't respond, a census taker from your community will follow up and assist you.
Is my 2020 census data safe? After sending your census response, your personal information is kept safe. By law, it can't be shared with any other government agency, law enforcement, or landlord. No one. So take your 2020 census with peace of mind. Shape your future. Start here. Visit 2020census.gov.
And welcome back to CTN Sports Game of the Week. We got a good one here. Huron, the home team, taking the 31-17 lead at halftime. Kevin, your thoughts on the first half?
It was just what we kind of thought was going to happen. The length of Huron really caused problems for the Pioneers in possessing the ball, as well as getting into the paint and causing any kind of, or trying to get easy buckets. That Huron defense is really the difference. They hold opponents to about 43 points a game. They're well ahead of that pace, Pete.
Well, Pioneer off the opening possession, got the turnover and the possession, and there's a three-pointer.
Kobe
Devin
Moore.
Womack. Oh, no, that's not Devin Womack. That's Tyson Edmondson.
That was Moore there for Pioneer coming up on the, yeah.
Kobe Moore. Back the other way, Huron with the layup.
Oh, Perkins is so, skilled. He can shoot with both hands down there in the paint.
Now again, Kobe Moore for three. That will not drop. Huron will bring it back the other way. And there's a jam.
That was a pro dunk.
Perkins with the jam. Huron back out to a 15-point lead.
So what's your over and under on the dunks in the second half here? We've had, this the third one of the game, I think. Let's say 2.5. I can't give Julian a full dunk on that one, on that first half dunk. You going to take the over?
I will take the over on 2.5.
Well, watch this one right here. This was a pocket pass, so we're going to see this right down low, and that's just off of the rhythm. No dribble, no setup dribble, catch and finish.
Nice. Oh, man, I'm looking for a shot. It's partially blocked. Easthope will corral it off the floor.
That's got to be about there for Robinson. His, fifth block maybe?
can see Van Rendrichem. I mean, he's probably the shortest person on the floor. He's being guarded by guys that are 6'4" and up.
Yeah, pick your poison for Huron's team. The only one that's not 6'4" seems to be Womack, and he's so steady. Not even sure if you want him on you.
Now he's being guarded by Julian Lewis. A switch off to Robinson. Rendrickham's shot is off the glass, no good, but he gets his own rebound.
Oh, he's got a good motor, doesn't he?
Both him and Iso, real hard players.
Yeah, they're never giving up. I mean, their head's not looking at the scoreboard. They're looking at the possession.
They just keep playing ball.
You see East Hope this here, kind of just almost could have called a foul there on Robinson. A lot of contact there. We got to get Tony Warren, the athletic director over here at Huron, a couple brooms. This is the second week in a row we have people on the ground and we don't see a towel getting tossed out or a broom on the floor.
Got to get some of those program kids on the floor underneath the baskets. You go out there and wipe down the paint.
Yeah, there has to be a ball boy or two in the stands that wants to be around for this squad.
Mike Robinson there with the layup for Huron. They're up 17.
He plays above the rim. See, I don't know if you're getting around him. You see Lewis, that was great defense.
And there's a nice shot by Sampson from the free throw line. Jumper that's good.
And again, it's like almost like Huron's playing Pioneer like little brother. They keep putting them out there with a little stiff arm. Every time Pioneer makes a bucket or two, Huron just squashes that momentum with either a dunk, a defensive play. They're just not allowing momentum to build against them so Pioneer can mount any kind of comeback. Good shot there, though, for Sampson.
Oh, Pioneer's got the possession.
And look at the atmosphere in the background there. You can see the River Rat down there. You can see those good-looking Pete Poyer down there at the table. But we got a packed house here on this Friday night in the greenhouse. And Huron switches very liberally. I mean, everybody can guard anyone out there, man.
So a nice save, but that's in the backcourt, and that's going to be an over and back violation. Another unforced turnover by Pioneer. It'll be Huron ball. Side out on their side of the floor. And as you said, look who's inbounding the ball, Kevin.
Well, I mean, at first, we saw it in the first half where they got a 5-second call on Lewis. Lewis, and the most dangerous guy is usually the guy that passes the ball in. So Edmondson kind of twofold there.
There's another errant pass by Huron out of bounds. So Pioneer will get the turnover and take it back the other way.
And there we go again.
I think we're kind of at the edge here, Kevin. Pioneer's down 15. They've got the last bucket. You know, they need to do something to go on a little bit of a run here, or Huron could just blow them right out of the gym.
Well, they need multiple positive possessions, and what I mean by that is they got to score and stop Huron. Good head.
Nice entry pass to East Hope. He had good position, and he got the layup.
Man, East Hope has been living in the gym. Bro looks chiseled out there, man. Look at him, moving people around.
Nice entry pass by Van Rentergem to get that into East Hope. And there goes Huron coming back.
The difference between these squads, one plays below the rim, the other one is well above it.
Van Rentergem's shot is blocked. Womack down the other way for the alley-oop and the dunk by Mike Robinson, his second dunk of the game. Man, and this place is rocking.
That got the rat behind us on his back. I mean, wow, that was amazing. And you saw it out the side. And again, we were talking about Mike Robinson. He's a high jumper. And he just showed you how high he gets up. Amazing dunk.
Another shot by Pioneer is blocked, but we have a whistle.
And that dunk right there. Look at this dunk. It's making the Pioneer side exit the building, folks. In the third quarter, with 2 minutes left, one by one, the student section is just filing out of the house. That's what the River Rats like to do over here at the greenhouse.
41-24 lead for Pioneer, or Huron rather, excuse me. Under 3 minutes to go here in quarter number 3.
Another look at that dunk. You can see him. You see him put it in high gear. And
that's the student section going nuts.
Oh, why not? Why not? And then we go down the court a little and you see the rat on his back. I mean, hey, rat's off to you. A little something special for our guy in the truck there.
Thanks, Kevin. A reverse layup.
You hear the crowd.
Perkins.
The crowd is getting that little swell like they thought they were going to see another throwdown.
Yeah. Well, they want to see another one.
Oh, they're going to. Couple.
Oh, Pioneer back on his heels. Only 26 so far in this game. There's more from 3.
Oh,
and that
man.
just went in and went back out.
All the way down. Almost
just
another
not the
lob
Pioneers'
there.
night.
A lot of people have said that facing this squad.
Womack tried to take it to the hole. And he throws it out of bounds. Pioneer ball.
Smartly going back to the opposite side. Perkins. Use that backboard in the rim to your advantage. Now this is the time right here, Pete, where you get rats coming behind you. You never know when they might be on your shoulder. And
Is he right behind me?
The rat is right behind you, Pete. He's right behind you. He's trying to get some face time.
He's within a whisker's length.
I think so. The ref is in the way, so we really can't see it. But I mean, it's funny how you and I are trying to have this serious conversation, but we got a bodyguard in the house.
Oh, well, I feel safer now.
When you got a bodyguard like a river rat, I mean, how can you go wrong?
I feel safe now.
I'm not going to get a pound. You go, oh. I got left hanging, and I thought I was a river rat alum. That's sweet.
You are. You're the mayor of Huron.
Yeah, I think that rat just showed us who was the mayor this time. Well, look at Coach Samaha, still in there in the bench. Oh, let's take a look at some more of this is our lineup, our winter lineup, Pete. And if you miss any of those games, the ones on the 3rd, 24th, those January contests, guess what you can do?
Go to YouTube, dial them up.
And you can watch them all.
Watch them all.
You know what I did for this game here tonight? I watched our last year's broadcast.
Oh, did you?
Over here, yes, indeed.
Nice.
And you know what's missing for Pioneer? The mad shoe guy. Drew Louder going in at halftime and coming out with some different shoes.
Well, he has gone on to Division I Holy Cross, and wish him well there.
And he's doing well over there. That was a nice scoop bucket there by Mackay Fly. Watch Fly
Nice
come
look
off
at
the
this
screen
on
here.
On the replay. Driving the lane, getting the floater to drop.
Well, the name really fit him right. He was just floating in the air.
A little teardrop action on that basketball.
And you have to when you got Perkins over there hanging like a big oak tree.
I was trying to lead you into Pioneer crying because they're losing.
Nah.
Not going to go that road?
Thank you, though.
Huron with the 14-point lead, minute 40 to go here in the third quarter.
Quick hands
by Lee there. Hope you're enjoying all the action here on CTN Sports Game of the Week. I'm Pete Poirier along with Kevin Bryant with all the play-by-play and color action for you. And there's our social media outlets. Dial us up. Subscribe on YouTube, but you'll never miss a game.
And you can always find out where we're going to be at if you didn't see our schedule, because we usually tweet it out before we're showing up at a school near you.
That's right. You can follow us on Facebook and Keep connected to all the sports.
You know, another great thing about us being on the social media is we get a chance to interact with the players. A lot of these players have a Twitter handle. They all follow CTN Ann Arbor, and that's how you can follow us as well.
I think it's kind of cool that I got a couple of Division I basketball players following me.
Yeah.
Like Drew Lauder.
Well, I mean,
I follow him because I want to see what he's doing in college, but he followed me back, which was really cool.
I follow you, too.
Pretty exciting for an old guy like me, you know.
I don't think you're too excited about me following you, though.
You might be my oldest follower, though.
I'm a Division IX. So right now, the Pioneers are really just trying to get something developed into this game. They have not threatened the Reds at all in the second half.
You got to give it to the Pioneers. They're still playing hard.
Yep.
Under a minute to go here in the quarter. Still trying to accomplish what they want to accomplish on offense.
Good shot there by Lee.
Aiden Lee with the jumper.
And one of the unsung heroes for Pioneers has been this point guard right here, Mark Van Rentegran.
Damian Lewis for a long three, and he hits it.
And with the guy flying right at his face to hold that concentration. Lewis, though, at 6'6", and the extension that he has on that shot, you're not going to block it. You're only going to foul him.
10 seconds to go till the end of the quarter. Van Rentegran with the little hook shot there, and he hits it.
And he forgot to get back on defense, though.
That shot counts at the buzzer.
Yeah, you saw after the bucket by Easthope, he was conversing with the official. Womack knows this is 4 seconds left on the clock. 2 dribbles, he's up court and finishes for the Rats.
At the end of quarter number 3, it's Huron 50 and Pioneer 33. We'll take a quick break and be back with fourth quarter action here on CTN Sports Game of the Week.
Ann Arbor Inclusive. We support the community of people with special needs.
Hi, Melissa Bondi from CTN and host of Happy Tales. You can watch Happy Tales and other great programs on our website, a2gov.org/CTN. Attention Ann Arbor residents, recycle with confidence. Put the items below in your recycling cart. Remember, all must be clean and dry. Cartons. Containers like milk, broth, juice, etc. leave the caps on. Do not crush. And no straws. Check out recyclecartons.com. Plastic bottles and tubs. Leave the caps on. Glass, bottles and jars. Leave the lids off. And no dishware. Cardboard. Flatten them. You may leave tape and staples on. Remove any parts with food. You can't recycle pizza boxes with food and grease, but we can take them as composting items. Mixed paper. All paper, even glossy. Staples and tape are fine. Metal, such as cans. Go to a2gov.org/recycle for more information.
And welcome back to CTN Sports Game of the Week. Go on fourth quarter on tap. Thought this game would be a little closer at this point, but really Huron has just imposed its will, its number one 10-0 unbeaten will on these Pioneers.
You know, Huron has done this to each opponent that they face. You know, they just wear on you. And it starts on the defensive end, and then as you're fatigued, then Huron starts getting all of these easy buckets and maybe a couple throwdowns that gets the crowd into the game. And then you look up at the clock or at the scoreboard, you're down double digits.
A whistle.
Yeah, well, did you see who was in the crowd there?
No.
That was Rhea Patel. I mean, you go back to the watch over here, clapping over there, far left, Patel.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Shows up at her game, point guard for the girls squad, and out here supporting the boys squad too. Love it. Oh, traveled.
Ben Rentringham picked up his dribble and was trapped. Couldn't get any players to help him out, and he threw the ball away before the travel.
I'm really assuming. Let's look at the feet here, because you stop and the right, you see the foot kind of come up and slide. That left foot was the pivot foot.
He was trying to dribble between his legs, and the ball got caught up, and he ended up picking up his dribble. There's Huron with another
just
easy
comes
bucket.
right through the defense.
Pioneer responds.
Watch how Womack just blows by here. That's fatigue.
That's the Devin Womack we saw last year.
Well, Mark Van Rittergram, he's been playing a lot better defense than that. He hasn't tasted the bench at all. He's had the ball in his hand 75% of the time. I think that one was, hey, coach, I need a breather. Hence the timeout by Coach Marion. Pioneer is a scrappy squad. You can see why they've won their last 3 games in a row.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Kevin. They play hard.
Oh, definitely. And the thing that put them behind the 8 ball tonight is they were giving Huron so many second chance opportunities in that first half. Huron doubled them up nearly in the first quarter, 17-9, came back 31-17 at the half. I mean, they dug themselves a hole, the Pioneers, and they don't have the firepower from behind the arc to get themselves back in it.
Well, the Huron's too talented on defense to allow that to happen, too.
Great backdoor cut.
There's a kick out. Drive the baseline. It's good, and a whistle.
That's what you were talking about earlier about Womack. You just forget about him, and then he just shows up big here. Watch this strong drive, take the contact, and finish.
And he's strong enough to get that ball up and finish.
Frustrated night for Connor Easthope.
Womack completes the three-point play. Huron up 20 now.
And still, look at the defensive pressure.
No let up.
No let up. Davis out there, eyes on the ball. Look at Ross. These guys are still dialed in, up 20. I think they enjoy playing defense.
That ball up and in and out. And a whistle. Well, I remember the days, the early days that we first started doing here on basketball games and that vaunted full court press. And we haven't seen that at all. Not that they needed to do it, but could you imagine this defense doing a full court press on a team?
Well, you know that there's definitely some scouts in the stands, and not just college scouts. There's some other basketball scouts out here from high school ranks that are watching to see the style. How can we beat this Huron team?
Right.
And if they can come out vanilla and beat you, because we've seen what Coach Tamaha has in the back pocket. And there's another long block there by Davis, just coming up and just blocking the ball.
Well, they have so much length. They just come at you with length and come at you with length. There's tons of length on the bench.
Yeah, and even if they get into foul trouble, I mean, they have longer guys out there that they can deploy.
It's a shot that does not fall. If they were going for the alley-oop there, but didn't complete it.
Yeah, we're reaching
more
highlight
down
time
the other
right
end
now.
Of the floor for Pioneer, and that's good. Good, excuse me.
Womack is having fun finding his friends right now.
So drive off the front of the rim, no good by Evans.
I'd watch my back.
Down the floor.
Good
Quick
finish.
as a flash. That's Fly.
Fly showing great speed because you saw him getting tracked by not one but two River Rats.
There's a nice pass. Goes to Rawls, and he hits the easy layup.
This is some good ball movement right now for Pioneer.
Moore trying to drive it. He'll throw it off the back of the glass, off the rim, no good. But he does get the whistle.
You know, Huron never seems on the defensive end like they're off balance. It just seems like if you get by one of them, look at this here, you still had another one. You still have somebody back there that was going to protect the rim. Davis.
That's what I was talking about, that help defense.
It's there.
It's always there.
And that's got to frustrate that offensive player, right? You just beat your man one-on-one, and then you got to help. You got another tree in front of you. Good shot of the Huron cheerleaders over there, still bringing good enthusiasm in this building.
Moore hits the second free throw. Pioneers have cut into that lead a little bit. Down 17 now.
Oh, Womack, you can't do that. Oh, good sportsmanship. Oh, look at Lewis showing off his footwork. One of the few mistakes Devin Womack has made tonight. And, you know, he came in there. He knew he did something wrong. Helped mark
you know,
up.
it's more not sloppy play, but out of competition.
It was.
And then Rentergem hits the first free throw.
Huron's actually
Next one is good
two
too.
fouls away from shooting 2 free throws on every foul shot now.
Huron lead is 15. And driving to the hoop, can't hit it, and the putback is good.
Well, Perkins needs to throw that one down. He went up in there, and he was in no man's land, and in between a layup off the backboard. Next time, he's by the rim. Just throw it down.
Aesop's jumper, no good. Back the other way come the River Rats.
Look at that.
Womack with it. They'll kick it out high to Edmondson. That's no good. Oh, Robinson with the offensive board. We have a whistle.
I think Lee kind of twisted his ankle as he flew into the trying for that steal. You know, sportsmanship from the entire Huron student section, as in the youth games. You show respect to a down player. Everybody takes a knee.
And Lee cannot get up.
Let's see if we can see him twist it. You see him save, and then he actually stepped on the. I think that was the guy that wanted to take over our table at the beginning of the game.
Crowd control.
Yeah, and I told him, no, you can't take your stuff and put it on our table. See, he's hurting Pioneer guys over there. That happens a lot, you know, when it usually happens up under the basket where you're going up in the air and you kind of come down and you land awkwardly on somebody's foot. Good sportsmanship there from the student section.
Nice applause there for Aiden Lee.
Look like he's all right. Always was one of the hardest injuries to just pop back from is that twisted ankle. It'll
Probably
linger.
second only to the groin injury.
Yeah, well, what would you rather have, the twisted ankle? I did this with Nick last week, or the losing the wind?
Losing the wind, because I'm going to get
what
my
he went
wind
with,
back
too.
before my ankle.
That's what he went with. Both of them, not good.
Yes.
And does Coach Samaha look like a guy that's up 20 points? Right now, he's
Womack
down.
with the drive and the
sweet.
whistle. Got that bucket to go. And he will head to the line. To try and
Womack
complete
has had
that
his
three-point
fingertips
play.
all over this second half.
Oh, there you go with the little brother action there again. You know, Pioneer cuts in a little bit, cuts it down to 17. Here, Womack's about to make it a 20-point lead again, and he does. Back to 20. 3:20 to go here in the game.
Nice jump stop. A lot of strength in Devin Womack to get that ball up and in.
He's always been that way.
Yeah.
He's a strong player.
Yeah.
Even when he was an underclassman, very strong. He's still got another year left, too.
Yeah, he's again another Division I recruit out there. You can see him right there talking to the official at the top of our screen. He didn't believe that that was a foul.
Oh, Van Rentergem splits the pair.
That's a tough-nosed player there, number 11 for the Pioneers.
Unsung hero type stuff, like Connor Easthope.
Yeah, definitely. Easthope has had a break, though. I have not seen 11 on the bench.
There's a reverse layup by Mike Robinson, and he draws the foul.
You look at Perkins. He's so strong up in there.
That was Perkins.
And yeah. Well, it's easy to get them mixed up. They're all 6'7". And they all do this. They attack the rack. It's just a swarm.
Boy, what a fantastic team.
Now
Fun to watch. That's why you should tune into YouTube and watch this on YouTube and watch this team play. You can see a #1 team in the state play.
You've never seen that, really, in our house, in our backyard. And that's nice to say. Got a new, one of the only other seniors on this squad. This squad only has 4 seniors. This Huron team is deep, talented, and young. One of those seniors on the court now, number 10, Toussaint Fancier.
After some scrambly play, Pioneer gets
another
it back.
long player. Look at him.
Just surrounded. There's Sampson with the jumper, and he hits it for Pioneer.
Sampson's got a nice little shot from about 15 in.
Especially for such a big man. Does he remind you at all of Kayshawn Pryor?
He sure does, doesn't he? That height and
kind of the skinny, tall.
Actually, he's probably about 80 pounds heavier than Kaysen.
Well, maybe.
Kaysen,
but he's got the jumper and he can play down low.
Yeah. Pryor, though, I think was a better shooter overall.
Yeah.
And Pryor could step out behind the arc.
Julian Lewis with the jumper for 3, and it's good. Under 2 minutes to play. There's another turnover for Pioneer. Devin Womack down the floor. He'll hand it off, and the bucket. Nice layup by Toussaint Fancier.
Always nice to get somebody who hasn't played a bucket, make them feel good, and that's what Womack does. He's the quarterback out there. Well, he's not the quarterback. He's the point guard out there. Can't take that away from Edmondson.
And with 87 seconds to play, Waleed Samaha is called off the dogs as the reserves come in.
That's always nice. That way, and you're about to see how hard these guys on the bench cheer for these guys on the floor. Because these guys on the floor right now make this a #1 squad by how hard they go against them in practice. These guys are no slouch either, folks.
There's a drive and a scoop and a score. Mikhail Fly with the bucket.
Sergio Bennett there.
It's a drive off the side of the backboard, no good. Tracked down by Jack Jack Denhouter.
2 minutes to play. 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 2 minutes to pl
Hey, he's coming off the bench. He's only 6'8".
He's small, right?
Rawls with another bucket. Under 45 seconds to go here. And
so
what we call garbage time.
Well, I really want to, let's turn the page over to who we're going to try to figure out who's our player of the game. You're going to go with Mike Robinson?
That's my call. Mike Robinson really electrified the crowd with the dunks. Could hit a couple of threes.
Yeah, inside
he did
out.
a little bit of everything for Huron.
I kind of like that choice too, Pete.
Rawls with another bucket. Long three on the way, and Mikhail Fly will rattle that one home.
And that will do it.
And the last couple of seconds will tick off this clock. And Huron pulls away after halftime, and they win it 74-53. We're going to take a quick break and be back with more right here on CTN Sports Game of the Week.
Well, that says it all right now. Our player of the game, the CTN Sports Player of the Game, Mike. Good job, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Well, I saw you're flying through the air, doing all kinds of antics, blocking shots, and going behind the three-point line. Tell me, what you like the best?
I like dunking. I like getting up for my team, hyping up the crowd. That's what I like the most.
And now you've beat both in-city teams, putting yourself in a good position to win the city championship. What does Coach Amaha talk about when he's trying to get you guys up? What is this team about?
He tells us to stay disciplined. He just hypes us up before the game, tells us we need to stay focused on the championship, and we get it done for him.
Well, congratulations for being our key player of the game, high scorer, and leading the squad to victory.
Thank you, sir.
And we're going to go back over to you, Pete, for throw this game into the books.
And thanks, Kevin and Mike Robinson, our CTN Sports Game of the Week key player of the game. I'd like to thank all the people that make this production possible. Our director, Rob Cross. Audio and replay by Chloe Hill. Our computer graphics by Dana Denha. And our camera people, Nathan Johnson, Brittany Schember, and Beth Lundy. For Kevin Bryant, this is Pete Poyer. Once again, the final from the greenhouse. It's Huron 74 and Pioneer 53.